Pop quiz. Who was the off guard in the '58 Celtics? Bill Sharman, Ludwig Wittgenstein, or Yogi the Bear? Or none of the above? Huh? What, you don't know? You don't know? Harvard grad student Art Schmark? Get out of here. We hate you. Collective hatred, so hey. I'm really, really stoked to be your kickoff speaker here on Trash the Earth Day. For those of you who haven't received your programs, we're going to march up Beacon Street out there and go a tree. I don't know, I like elms. I don't know about you. There's some out there who don't get what I'm saying, right? But all the please raise their hands. Hey! Number one. Come on now, let's get real. Number two. All right, for you two who put up your hands, and those of you who didn't, let me tell you what my message is. It starts with, whoa, it be the law. It be the law. Anyway, we've been on the planet now for 500,000 years, right? And that's a lot of Friday nights, you understand? 500,000 years of and look around you, man. Look around your table. You get the picture yet? You get the picture yet? We've blown the gig, man. We've blown the gig, right?
You've heard the evidence and closing arguments. And if you buy the version the defense has presented, you'll come back with a verdict of not guilty.
I object, Your Honor. Let the record show your use of a dismissive motion of your hand.
So noted. If, however, you believe the facts the prosecutor has set forth, then your verdict must be guilty.
I object, Your Honor. Let the record reflect the obvious change in the tone of your voice.
So noted, Mr. MacHeath. Think well, and then decide. You are dismissed.
This guy is killing us. It's not your fault. I know you tried. Who needs a jury when you got a hanging judge, huh, Wexford?
Winning, as the man once said, isn't everything. It's the only thing, MacHeath.
Oh, that's really swift. Of course, the problem when you borrow a philosophy is paying interest on it later.
That'll be the day.
Hello, Mac.
Hiya, Jill. How's married life?
You know, bittersweet. Filing for a legal separation.
Let's see.
Is Mac in?
I don't recall we had you on our schedule, Mr. Meigs.
I called.
Ignore him. Maybe he'll go away.
Hey! Wait a minute. I know you.
During your vacation.
I saw. Don't tell me. About a year ago in a coffee house. You're a comic, right?
Over here, we have pleadings, stipulations, and appeals. We keep a calendar and triplicate, and there's a copy on your desk.
Well, Elizabeth, if you wouldn't turn a man's insides into butter and his brains into baby oil. Here's a little gift for you, Elizabeth. I brought him here just for you.
Mrs. Merriweather, hi. Give me 10 minutes, okay? Okay.
I need 5 minutes, Mac.
Hey, hold on, Buster, okay, Skinny? I've been here all morning. I got the first appointment.
How's vet's week off?
If you can manage to be civil, Simon, I'm sure she'll be just fine.
I got a bad bicuspid, man. They give me problems. I'm in deep pain, man. Check it.
So, Mac, can you lend me $20 until my SDI check gets here? Look at me, I'm skin and bones.
All right, look, I'm gonna lend you the 20, but it's going on the ledger, Miggs, and I want it back.
Sure, man.
You're on some book house here, man? What are you, some crossover multimedia attorney artist or something?
Who is this?
His name is Rainey Fultz.
Hey, Mac, you're gonna love this guy.
Elizabeth, bring me last year's date book, okay?
No. What is this, reminiscence hour or some sentimental journey? No, hey, no date book, okay? I got a problem, you know? I got a big problem.
Describe your problems to me, Mr. Fultz, as you perceive them in descending order of importance.
Well, I got busted by the Boston Police Department for, you know, breaking some obscenity laws, man.
There is no such thing. However, I'm sure you tried. Come with me for a second. What you got here is a situation that I am not particularly interested in.
Oh, so that's it, man? That's it? You shine me on like that? Or you shred my civil rights? Huh? Listen, I earn my living, okay? My living with the spoken word. So let's just say, for instance, they didn't let you practice law. Okay, how about that? Well, you're bloodless now, man? You need one of those, you need some oxygen, you know, those CPR things. Boom, like that. I get in there like that, you know, and I go like this, I go, boom, get that heart started.
All right. You win. I'm revived. Okay?
Really?
Yeah, want it.
All right, great.
All right.
Simon, why would you want to represent a lunatic like that?
The man's got fundamental liberties, Yvette. I assume you'd know what that means. He's a minority of one.
Let's do it.
First I see Grey Money Man.
You want to show me what you got?
It'd be a funeral.
Mate.
The dollar should be wrong. You hustle me today, I will whip your tail tomorrow.
What do you want, a handout? Here's $5. Go on, take it. Get yourself an x-ray at the clinic or a bowl of chowder or something.
Man, I think she wanna play.
Her? Do you know how to talk?
White or black?
Hello?
It's MacHeath. I just want you to know you're the best thing that happened to me in court today.
Pardon me?
So how about dinner? We can talk about old times. Tomorrow night?
I'd think well before I set foot in the flood, Mac.
Is that a yes or a no?
Where do you suppose you see this taking us?
Well, I'm kind of partial with Copley Plaza myself. Let me swing by and pick you up.
I'm booked until the 10th.
About 8 o'clock.
Just be there.
I took the liberty of looking up some background on your case for Mr. Fultz. They've charged him with disorderly to make it sound like it was murder.
File me a motion for dismissal with a supporting precedent.
The landmark First Amendment case is Miller versus California. But the touchstone of obscenity is still the test applied by Justice Stewart. And do you want to leave that goldfish in the basin overnight?
I was hoping he'd swim down the drain to freedom.
Come in.
Judge Webb. I'm MacHeath, counsel for the defense in Fultz.
MacHeath? Oh, yes, I remember you. You're the skipper's son-in-law, huh? Yes, how is he?
I assume you read the motion that my associate filed with your clerk.
You know, he used to own that place at Marblehead. We golfed a time or two. Mrs. Haverhill, is she well?
I presume she's fine, Your Honor. We parted company 2 years ago, the Dynasty and I.
Oh.
It's damn well better be a social call.
I have a copy, Your Honor, along with the pertinent ruling from the bench on Miller versus California.
Give me this.
Oh, let me see. I don't remember having an ex parte motion on the calendar. Oh, good morning, Miss Caccio. We're discussing, is it false?
You mean he's hoping you'll dismiss the charges, Snake?
Axe murderous.
Why not just burn the courthouse to the ground?
I'll stipulate to that.
This is not a First Amendment case.
Then neither was the Salem witch hunt, baby.
Oh, listen, I think I need to study this, and make a ruling on it tomorrow, yes? Now, if you don't mind, I need to meet some colleagues on the links. Excuse me. Bye-bye.
On the links. Lunch?
You're not worried, are you, Mac?
Not me.
Don't let his manner fool you, kid.
Hey, I can handle him. Guy's a burnout. How's Bernie?
Strong. Just closed a $250,000 deal. The kids are fine. You dating anyone?
Oh.
Hey, be that way. Don't say I didn't warn you about Judge Webb.
Man, why don't you cut your hair? It's bad for my image.
Hey, handsome, who's the sleazeball?
Hey, you need a date? Huh? You want a date?
They'd have to vacuum up the pieces, honey. Come back when you've learned a thing or two.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. You can lock me in an elevator with your lawyer any day, though.
I'm gonna fry your sausage, kiddo.
I don't think so, baby. You better grab something solid. Mac's gonna bust a move.
You're a funny cat, man.
Be court, all rise. This honorable court is now in session. Justice Elmer Webb presiding.
What, is this the chief inquisitor? KGB Gestapo unit in the inky sheet? I'm gonna tear this dweeb in the little black confetti.
Folks, this is a weary guy who wants to get us out of here as soon as possible so we can get in a couple of rounds of golf.
Please be seated.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes, of course.
Your Honor, may I ask as to your ruling on the motion I filed?
Motion is denied.
May I assume Your Honor read it?
Do you see this courtroom here? I preside here, Counselor, and don't you forget it for a minute. Now go back to your table and sit down there.
Yes, Your Honor.
I told you so.
So what did he say, man?
He suggested we go for ourselves.
That's not good.
I wouldn't characterize it as good, no.
The Commonwealth of Massachusetts has a statute tailored to defend us from assaults by men like Foltz. A statute which provides a penalty for its abuse.
This babe is organized.
Mr. Foltz might just as
You ever get a
willfully
handful of
strip
that,
naked
huh?
parading through a kindergarten
Oh,
class or
MacHeath.
terrorize.
She got a name?
Her husband lets her
can of
borrow
kerosene.
his.
Oh, yeah? I'd like to borrow her.
Any way you look at it, he broke the law.
Your Honor, members of the jury, let me thank you for your dedication to the principles of justice.
All right, man. That's good.
These are what have brought us here today. But let me hasten to correct a false, yet no doubt unintentional impression that Ms. Boccaccio may have planted in your thoughts. Would Your Honor like a glass of water?
What? Go on, Counselor. We're listening.
Hey, he's doing it, MacHeath. This bird is trying to cop my spotlight, man.
Yeah, I'll take care of it.
Your counselor will represent you, Mr. Foltz.
Okay.
Now, there are laws, as Ms. Boccaccio rightly points out, that protect us from indecent exhibition. And there are laws that protect us from assault. But all my client did was talk.
Your Honor, may I introduce this into the record? It's a verbatim transcript of Mr. Foltz's monologue.
We'll stipulate to that, Your Honor.
So noted. Go ahead.
I think I'll ask you to read this, officer. If you don't mind, take it from the top.
So, hey, I'm really stoked to be your kickoff speaker here on Thrash the Earth Day.
Thrash the Earth Day, man.
Your Honor, it would be very helpful if my client's text were read correctly.
Thrash, trash, bash. I can see no material difference. Can you? Come to bird.
Yes, Your Honor, I can. I would have to disagree.
So noted, Ms. Piccaccio.
Continue, you're doing fine.
Later on, for those of you who haven't received your programs yet, we're going to march up Beacon Street. Up Beacon Street.
Just once, man. I never repeat myself in performance.
He says, and go a tree.
That's not funny, Mr. Fultz.
Your Honor, I object. Your view is prejudicial to the jury. I ask that it be stricken from the record.
Overruled.
Exception. Furthermore, Your Honor, as the witness fails to infuse it with the proper spirit, I ask that my client be allowed to read his own material.
I object. I can't imagine that Your Honor wants to hear a duplication of the crime here in court.
The alleged crime. Your Honor, let me tell you what our problem is. The witness is not a comedian. It isn't funny.
Counselor, when I said that, you asked that it be stricken from the record.
Gotcha.
No, Your Honor, my objection earlier was based on a legal technicality. My objection now has its basis in artistic merit.
You're splitting hairs, Counselor.
Your Honor, if it please the court, that difference is essential to my case.
Or the figment of a sick imagination, Counselor. I've ruled.
Sick. Your Honor, I request a mistrial.
Quack, quack.
You're in contempt here, MacHeath.
No, Your Honor, you are!
Officer, take him out of the courtroom.
Bombs are falling, man. The art's burning all around me. Let's burn that Hemingway. It's the Mona Lisa.
Hello?
I'm gonna have to ask for a rain check tonight.
Suppose you're gonna tell me you got run over by a car.
Effectively, things didn't go too well in court today. I'm really sorry if it's any consolation. Do I get a second chance?
Do you think I can't take another day without you after 15 years of abstinence?
How about tomorrow? Copley Plaza, 8 o'clock?
Bring a rose, Mac.
So, your sister look like you, or she look, you know, what's she like? No, I'm singing.
Elaine, can't you give me a different cell?
Sure. I'm just asking, you know, what she look like?
I'll fetch you a gallon of gray paint. You can make it as different as you like it.
How'd you turn out like that? Beep, beep, beep. Oh, what a drag, dude.
Don't talk to me.
Hey, I'm talking to this cockroach, man. Oh, no way. Oh, you ought to hear his story, man. He lost his wife and 18,000 kids last Monday. Their blanket caught on fire.
Hey, you know what Helen Keller and Attila the Hun have in common? Nothing.
I don't want to hear a word of it, all right? We had an understanding, Fultz, and you broke it.
Hey, come on, let's face it, man. You just couldn't slip that slider past the bird.
We're gonna lose the case unless you can keep your mouth shut.
Oh, who cares? Win, lose, up, down, all these labels we've put together. What's the difference, really? I mean, here we are, the swarming clot, right? That buys and sells and kills and rises to, you know, consume another hamburger, you know, another car, you know, or another 1,000 years. That's right. It's like we'll liquidate it, man. Shuck this life, move on. But hey, like I already said, we've blown the gig.
Hey, you want to play the unders with me, Fultz? You know what you are? You're an oil spill looking for a beach to happen on. You are nothing but a 2-bit ton of toxic waste.
Hey, hey, spare me, dude, for I have sinned.
I'm gonna spare you. I'm gonna spare you with a tire iron. Just don't ever let me see your face again!
That's cool, just don't endorse my check.
Listen. Hey! Don't even say a word to me!
MacHeath.
You got a light, man? I mean, you know, a light.
Short. Third one on the left.
Where's my lawyer? Yo, Mac. Are you all right?
Yeah.
Mac, I need a favor.
Just leave my 20 with Culhane.
Oh, yeah, I remember the 20, Mac, but can you let me have 500 more?
Mix. Let me ask you something. You ever seen a dog with ticks?
This is hyper crucial. See, I met this chick, and she's in a heap of trouble, Mac. I gotta find her a lawyer.
Gee, no one springs to mind. Drop by and I'll talk to her Sunday evening. No, I'm busy. Make it tomorrow.
Thanks, Mac. You're a prince.
You look a wreck.
Just a flesh wound. Coffee?
What you need is some lemon tea with honey, kiddo.
So, what's going on?
I don't know. I'm thinking something up here.
The issues, Mac.
What are they?
Right. Here. Take two of these.
You realize this man's insane.
I think eccentric is the word.
He doesn't give a damn. You realize that?
Well, that's not going to sway the jury.
What do you mean?
Look, nobody ever said trial law was easy. Our challenge as litigators, right, is to make the issues come alive. That's con law. Hell, he taught it.
Who taught it? Webb?
Oh, you were talking about faults?
Webb taught. Where?
You know, the other school.
What about a deal?
No way. I don't have a lesser charge to bust your rotten client on. Anyway, Webb may be a bastard, but he's on my side.
What if I bail?
Sure, why not? I mean, your client's a nutcase. Who cares? Do you mind if I tell Wexford?
You know how to hurt a guy. I really like your paisley frou-frou, you know.
Come on, get the hell out of here. Go find your case.
Enjoy my tea.
I dropped my car off for tune-up, and I'm waiting for their call. That all right with you?
That's just fine. Now listen, I need you to try and find a colleague at Judge Webb's for me. He taught con law at,
Harvard.
Yeah, I never remember the name of that school.
He didn't care for Miller versus California.
Well, if he ever did read it, he's apparently forgotten it. What's that?
Retainer for Mr. Fultz. That his folks sent.
Fultz has parents? Well, wonders never cease. But if you want me, man, I'll be doing this at the Copley Plaza with my date, man. Steve.
Yes, sir.
Put these in a vase with water and add
Sure.
some ice and bring them back.
I rather like the wine.
I'll have your single malt. Straight up. And, you?
Nothing, thanks.
Very well.
What happened to your voice?
It's a long, sad story.
Yo, Mac. Hey, I called the office to talk to Yvette. She told us where to find you. Hey, you picked a great place for our date.
You don't have to bother to apologize. You can just mail me an ear.
Ma'am, meet Sasha. Sasha, meet my boss, Mac.
So nice to meet you both.
Oh, pleasure's ours. And where might you be from?
Romania.
Romania. I like the way she makes it sound like an intoxicated fever, huh? Romanian. What a beautiful language. Mac, she doesn't have a green card and the INS is on her back. You gotta take care of it.
Miggs, you ever see the U.S. Immigration Code between a single cover? It'd choke a great white shark.
But of course he would be happy to help you.
Oh, it is such a pleasure to see him dating someone soft. His ex had scissors for a tongue.
Is that right?
Try the pork tartare.
I suppose we have to ask you why you left.
At home, I was a painter and a poet. Many of my friends were artists as well.
We had no money, naturally, but we had hope. We had ideas.
But then, as in so many places, we began to pay a price for being who we were. We lost our jobs. My printing press was taken. The police would come in the middle of the night and break into our homes. My friends began to disappear.
Imagine, Mac.
So I'm here, where things are not as in Beijing, El Salvador, or Bucharest. I hope you realize that I am grateful.
Yes. Of course. Yes, ma'am.
There you go.
Hey, take my credit card, find her a place to stay, get her everything she needs. I'll talk to the INS,
It
and
was very nice meeting you. Nice to meet you.
I want to see her next week.
Thanks, Mac. Knew I could count on you. Good night. It was very nice meeting you.
Good to meet you. And thank you again. Ah, thank you.
Thank you.
Great, huh?
This is great. I can't believe it.
What now, Mac?
Well, I was hoping I'd manage to atone.
With a dozen roses and a dinner date? It's applied side economics of romance, is it?
Oh, look. I tried.
Not tonight, Mac.
MacHeath.
Yes, I know. He thinks it's vital to his case.
I know you're in there, man. Come on.
Fine, then we'll expect you.
Open up the door.
Thank you. 9 o'clock.
Come on, it's me.
Thank you.
Oh. MacHeath. Come on.
Made a call. I suppose you realize the beast is at the door.
Ignore him. Hold the calls.
His name is Green. He was a member of the faculty the same time Webb was a professor there. The year that Mr. Carter left the Oval Office.
You mean President Jimmy Carter?
Yeah, well, there was a judgeship on the federal bench available that year. And Professor Webb and Mr. Green both worked in the president's campaign. Each man thought he deserved the job.
Ah, I get it.
There's a woman on line 5. Her name is Jill.
I'm busy. Come on.
The White House didn't have time to interview the men in Washington, D.C. So they based their choices on lectures given by Professor Webb and Mr. Green, recorded by a federal clerk between his other chores.
Wait a minute, so...
Hey, Harold! I hear the hammer and the saw, MacHeath.
You telling me that on the basis of recorded lectures, Green gets elected to the U.S. bench and Webb got burned?
Here he is, Webb burned himself.
Wow. I mean, that White House was not exactly a hotbed of conservatism.
Webb wasn't a conservative, not then.
Not a liberal.
Radical. A real firebrand, outrageous.
You gonna build my cross? You got the nails? You gonna help me carry it, MacHeath?
Excuse me, it's Mr. Miggs on line 3.
So Elmer Webb's a radical. I mean, can you imagine the jury in the Fultz case if they got a hold of that? Presuming I could introduce it somehow.
Offices of Simon
So, Yvette,
MacHeath.
when you were in law school, did you ever cut class?
Yeah, take us about 2 days just to get to Lauderdale.
And what would you do to cover? You crim someone's notes or...
Or have someone record them.
Right.
It's the evening news. They think you have Lyme disease, and if so, how will it affect the outcome of the Fultz case?
There's got to be over 100 lawyers in this town that took Webb's class before he made the county bench. One of them's got to have a set of tapes I can borrow. Find out who.
I had the egg, and I had the muffin, and I had the yogurt and juice and coffee.
I'm going to handle that.
Oh, you're...
Keep it.
You insist, as long as I don't have to owe you anything.
I understand you were a student of Webb's when he taught law. You know, I realize notwithstanding our occasional disputes, Wexford,
Fundamental differences.
We need each other. Think about your conviction rate. Another 2 or 3 guilty verdicts, you might catch up with Boccaccio.
Not a foot race, you know.
Still in all, somebody like you, your eye on higher office. Think about my contribution. Hey, I got a chance to win around here. I got a chance to beef up your statistics, but I need a set of con law tapes.
I taped every class that I ever attended.
And I never attended class.
No lawyer who's any good ever throws anything away.
You got me there.
Uh-huh.
Time's of the essence, Wexford! Will you help me out? I'll rent them. Come on, you can charge me by the minute. What do you say?
I'll think about it.
Think about it. Hello?
What is it?
Oh, dig. Con law, Professor Elmer Webb.
Uh-huh. Wexford came through.
sorry to disturb you at home, sir.
That you would even think of visiting me here.
Your Honor, are you aware of what you're adjudicating here?
Look, MacHeath, right now it's just impropriety unless you're with opposing counsel. You did go to law school, didn't you?
I'm gonna have to ask you to recuse yourself from this proceeding, sir.
I'll see you in the courtroom.
Why? Where's the justice? If you punish Rainey Fultz for your failed ambition...
You'll find out as soon as I call the police.
Your Honor, isn't it true that when you taught in law...
Get out!
Judge Webb! Listen to this! Listen to the man you used to be!
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Webb. Now, I intend to start by glancing at the Bill of Rights, Amendments 1 through 10, specifically the First Amendment. Now, it's very important. buried there among its other guarantees, it tells us we're allowed to think the things we wish to think and say the things we want to say. In my opinion, it's the cornerstone of our freedom, since it gives each here a voice.
Judge Webb? Who's there? It's me, MacHeath, sir. Just wanted to ask you if you've reconsidered.
What? Have you no shame at all, MacHeath? Get out of here.
Your Honor, listen to me. Look at me!
I will absolutely not.
You're scared of something, Your Honor. What is it? You'll hear the truth. You'll see yourself in me.
You're mad.
I'm angry, sir, like you used to be. You recognized it, didn't you? The only difference is I haven't given up. I haven't quit like you.
You're flirting with disbarment here, MacHeath.
Since you've closed your mind to justice as far as my client is concerned, the least you can do is try to find a scrap of mercy for the man that you once were.
Yo, Mac, she's gone. They got her. They got Sasha. The INS, they came and took her away.
They told you that?
No, of course not, Mac. They never copped anything like that. She disappeared.
You got my credit card?
Well, there was some little girl thing she needed, so I... No, Mac. She wouldn't hustle me, Mac.
Happens to the best of us.
Hope you brought your ether, kiddo. We start cutting here in 30 seconds.
You can have my tonsils. Save my lips for science. Arf, arf. MacHeath there.
Brought my little bird dog, man.
Oh, he likes you.
We're gonna see some feathers fly today, right?
I doubt the bird will let you introduce him as evidence. Did you take him for a little walk?
Are you joking, man? Got a pound of it right here. Hey, I like your hair. It looks like Indiana.
Rainey, here we are. You want to introduce us?
Mom. Dad, hey.
Mrs. Fultz? Mr. Fultz, I'm MacHeath. I'm your son's attorney. This is my associate, Yvette Carruthers. Thank you. Thank you so much for making the trip.
The court, all rise. This honorable court is now in session. Justice Elmer Webb presiding. Please be seated.
Your Honor, members of the jury.
You'll have to talk a little louder, Mr. MacHeath.
I'm trying, Your Honor.
Mr. Mix? Your Honor, I object. This item is irrelevant and inflammatory.
It's relevant to me, Your Honor. I can't drive my car without it.
Then our chances of survival have improved. Now take it out of here. Go on, take it out.
As you wish, Your Honor.
Hey, MacHeath. Hey, man. I get my retainer back, man?
Your Honor, I don't have any witnesses. Merely a summation.
We can't hear you, Counselor.
Your Honor, no one's more painfully aware of that than I. Members of the jury, learned counsel, I recently had an opportunity to listen to an eminent professor lecture on the Constitution. Buried among our First Amendment rights, he said, is a guarantee that allows each of us to think the things we wish to think and say the things we wish to say. In my opinion, he said, it's the cornerstone of our freedom because it gives each all hear a voice.
Your Honor, must we endure this kind of...
Sit down, Ms. Picasso.
I ask you what's on trial here today. The prosecution has asserted that it's Mr. Fultz. I think the issue goes beyond him, beyond the statute under which he stands accused. At issue here is what it means to lose our voice. What it means to lose our voice. What is a voice if it's not the instrument that renders each of us unique, endowing us with differences? Is this our fault? Are we empowered to pass judgment on the instrument that makes each woman or man among us who we are? Surely Mr. Fultz, in saying the things that got him arrested, surely he was giving voice to who he is. I ask you to consider every nation of the world where that instrument is stifled or repressed. Is this that kind of nation? Or are we, by virtue of our fortune and our hope, somehow grander? I think so. The very individuality of each voice among our millions. This is the orchestra that we are, that we have always been, and that we should always be. We must not lose our voice. We cannot lose our voice.
Counselor? Nice summation.
Congratulations, you louse. I didn't hear a word you said.
Me neither.
So, Keith, they let you practice law in Pennsylvania?
Why?
Well, I was going to take my act to Philadelphia, so maybe we'll be in touch, huh?
I'll count the seconds.
Hey, listen, really, thanks a lot. All right? All right, all right. Bye.
Yo, Mac. Excuse me. Look, she sent it back. Your credit card. I got a letter, too, Mac. She had to bail. The INS was on her back.
You got my 20?
Ooh, I got to bail, too. I'll talk to you later.
You got a present from Mr. Fultz on your desk. Mr. Wexford phoned. He seems to want his tapes back. Yvette will be back shortly. And Jill has phoned the office 18 times.
Wow. If she calls again, put her through. Tell the thumbhead to take a hike and send in Mrs. Merriweather.
So listen. I just did some time, okay? Some jail time in Boston, Beantown, not too long ago. I had this lawyer, right? I want to tell you about this guy, this lawyer. Like, you think I'm different, man. This guy is a full-on bug nut, all right?
The showgirls, the gambling, the nightlife. See Las Vegas from a different point of view through the eyes of cops. An all-new episode tomorrow night. Then, the creators of Twin Peaks take you inside the Playboy Mansion to meet the real Hugh Hefner on American Chronicles.